Go on whenever you want to come up. We'll get you right back. Come on now, you can't go that way. You can't go that way. I got an anchor over there. My goodness gracious, folks. Hey, good evening, folks. Brandon Cross here, BJC Outdoors. Hey, down here on Tennessee River this evening. Gonna do a little catfishing, man. We don't have a lot of time to fish before it gets dark. I went down a crappie trip with my daughter this morning. I got home, she had some things she needed to do. Got home a little early, and I thought, man, I got some bait that I need to use up. So I thought, well, I'm headed back to the river. So here we are. We're down here on we're up in this creek. I found some warm water, man. It's 53 degrees up in this creek. We got about an inch of rain yesterday, and all this runoff coming from, south of here has warmed this creek up right here. And this is pushing out into the main part of the Tennessee River. A lot of bait in here, which that generally happens, with warmer water, the bait's gonna come to it. I've never fished right here before, but I fished close to here in the main river, so I know there's some big fish in the area. Hopefully we can pick up a big fish. Got a big old carp in my net right there, man. I passed one out here. He was still alive, just kind of floating on the top. I dipped him up and I thought, whatever. I just dumped him back out, and I got in here a little further and I seen another one. So I don't know what's killing the carp. Maybe it was the water temperature, getting too cold. I don't know, nothing about a carp. But anyway, that's kind of what we got for bait today. I went yesterday and tried to catch me a few bait, some bluegill. And where I went, we had got a lot of rain and the creek was kind of blowed out. I found me a little eddy, but I caught me a small common carp. And I got two suckerfish, and one bluegill. So I throw them in the cooler on the ice. I thought, well, heck, man, I'll use them in a day or two. So that's why I'm out here. I got bait that I don't want to ruin, and I always need an excuse to go fishing, and I can always find one. Well, anyway, I'm gonna get these baited out. I'm gonna throw 4 out the back on the bottom. We may cut that big old carp up. I don't know. I may just throw him in the cooler before we leave, but we're gonna start right here. Like I said, I've never fished in here before, so I really don't know what's going on. I got a channel right behind the boat. It's about 15 foot, and it comes up on the flat right here, and then on the other side of this channel is a big flat. I really wanted to fish over there, but I couldn't get my spot lock to hold. There is a little current. On that side the wind's a lot stronger, so on this side I got 2 anchors out. I got one out front, one out the back, which is something I hate to do. I know y'all have heard me gripe about it before, but sometimes you got to do what you got to do to fish. So well, I'm gonna get these out and see if we can get us something good. Y'all stay tuned. These old creeks, man, can be on fire in the wintertime if you can get in the right one at the right time. Mainly because like this, what's going on now, you got this cold, had real cold water, and then all of a sudden you get a rain that warms it up, and them fish, man, the bait just rushes back here, and the catfish will be right behind them, and it don't take long. You don't have to wait a week on it. It can happen the next day. So I'm gonna throw one out in the channel. Like I said, got a little current in here, so that's a good thing. I'm excited about it, man. I always like fishing these. Well, it really ain't a smaller body of water, but just backwater, man. Backwater can hold some big fish, and normally you don't have people, bothering you when you're in these places. You kind of got it to yourself. So. Which I may have a boat come through every now and then, because like I said, we're right on the side of the channel, and but we'll deal with that. We're gonna start here. We may move around a little bit. Like I said, we don't have a lot of time, but we had enough time that I definitely wasn't gonna waste it. Using old Mid-Atlantic Catfish Bounty Hunter hook. It's my favorite hook for this kind of stuff. Perfect size for this smaller bait. I've never had much luck on, I call it exotic bait, carp and suckers and stuff like that, until about a month ago. I went up in a creek and Ended up doing real good on sucker. I didn't catch any big fish, but I caught a lot of fish. And that's kind of what made me think of this place. You know, I thought, well, I got that sucker, and you know these creeks are full of carps and suckers. Thought it'd be a good place to go try it. Like I said, we're gonna start here. Have no clue if we'll even catch a fish in here. But you know, if we do, that's just something to add to the arsenal, something we can use later on, because we're definitely gonna get more rain closer we get to spring. Just be another area, another spot on the river that we can go fish. And you know, if the wind's out of the east, here or southeast, it'll be completely sheltered. So it's out of the northeast today, so we kind of got it hitting us in the back a little bit. But one thing I like about that sucker, man, it is tough bait. I figure these fish should be using this channel to get up in here, so I'm gonna put 3 kind of scattered in the channel, and then I'm gonna throw 1 up on this flat over here. Like I said, you never know in a new place. It could be a bust, or it could be on fire. You just don't never know. And plus it's winter time, so you never know. I know that anytime throughout the winter, if you can find warmer water, it's a good thing. And like I said, it's 53 degrees back here. Out in the main river, it's still 49. So it shouldn't take real long to find out, regardless, you know, if there's anything back here. Not using real big baits, you know, about a 2-inch piece off that sucker. That's perfect right there, man. Love this depth in here. I've been wanting to come check this creek, but I got so many places that I want to check that sometimes some of them get put on the back burner until certain situations. Today was one of those situations. I didn't want to get too far away from the truck since I don't have a lot of time, but at the same time I wanted to put myself in a place that I think I can catch a fish. And this place right here was the first one that popped up on my mind. Well, all right, we're gonna keep back here and let them soak for a little bit. We'll try it here, and don't do any good, might go to the other side of the creek over here on this big flat, where I wanted to start first. I thought I had enough current that I could throw out my drift socks, but I don't. The wind's stronger than the current, so that's why we're anchored up. Oh, there we go, folks. There we go. Looks like a good fish too. He's pulling some drag. He got my other line. Yeah, it is a good fish. Sure is. Real good. Real good. Sure. Yep, real good fish right there. I don't know. Yep, that's a big fish right there, man. Big shallow water fish. 7 foot of water, y'all. Hey, that's what I'm talking about. That's a good fish right there. Boy, they mean in the shallow water. That's a good fish. I ain't seen all of him yet. Trying to keep him out of the sinker. It's the only thing about anchoring. Out the front and back. There he goes. He ain't ready yet. Come on in here, boy. I ain't sure that he got in that other line. That may have been another fish, but he's pulling the boat around and pulled me off anchor. All right, bud. You just go on whenever you want to come up. We'll get you right back. Come on now. You can't go that way. You can't go that way. I got an anchor over there. My goodness gracious, folks. You gotta come back this way, boy. Come on up here. Oh yeah. That's a good fish right there, folks. That's a big old fish. Oh me, oh my. Thank you, Lord. Look, folks. That is a monster right there, folks. That is a monster. Golly. That's a giant right there. That is a river giant. Shallow water, 7 foot. 7 foot. Alright, folks. Try to get this big old rascal up. Yeah, that's a big old girl right there, folks. That's a big old fish. 7 foot of water. Big giant cat right there, man. Hey, they will bite in the winter. Just gotta get where they at. Them old ripping lips rods. The Mid-Atlantic Catfish Bounty Hunter 10-aught, man. Done its job. I've called many on the Bounty Hunter, but that was the first one I've had with the ripping lips, man. They done perfectly fine. Well, let me get this big rascal back. Whoa. That joker right there is mad. Woo. Man, folks, I'm telling you, tickled to death over that one. Been a struggle for me. Past 2 or 3 weeks, man, I've really struggled. Not really finding a big fish, but just finding quality bait, man. Having to use small baits. Just whatever I could find. I know this bait that I got And it was tiny pieces, man. Y'all seen them, you know, little bitty pieces. That come off of a sucker body chunk about that big. About just twice as big as a quarter. So we definitely gonna sit here and give it a little more time with that kind of fish swimming around. We're definitely gonna give it at least 20-30 more minutes. Like I said, I wish I had more time now that I found that, but you know, it is what it is on that. Hey, that right there is a evening maker, morning maker, day maker. It's a maker of the whole day, so you know, I'm just thankful to get him. But that was awesome right there, man. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. That right there, folks, that's the size bait we use. You see it's very small. It don't take big baits to catch big fish, especially in the wintertime. You know, elephants eat peanuts, so I know y'all have heard that many times, and that's the truth. 7 foot of water. We may not catch another fish here, but that one right there definitely made it well worth the stop for sure. It always makes me feel good when I, you know, go to an area never fished before and just try something different. You know, that's all I did. Tried a different area. I know the sucker would work in a creek because I've done caught fish out of a creek on it, and you know, I didn't even really have. I still don't have a lot of bait, you know, but it just makes you feel good, man, when you go to a place you've never been to before and land on top of a fish like that. Now, I didn't see the fish on the graph or anything, but I pulled up to a spot that looked good to me on Navionics, and you know, it even looks good on my graph, so I had to give it a shot. You can't never go too shallow in the wintertime when you find warm water like this, you know, because the fish they're gonna try to get in the more comfortable setting. It's fish like that caused me to take off work a lot. It's like, all right, I'm gonna go fish all this warm water till it clears up and cools back off. Them fish right there cause a man to lose his job. Good thing I got a good boss. Finally got to try out them ripping lips, man, on a big fish. I was excited about that because I've seen them in action, but like I said, that's the first time I've actually fought a big fish myself. And hey, them jokers right there, they bulletproof, man. You can't ask for a better rod. All right, folks, I moved down just a little bit, down and over another spot out here I want to check, just to see if we can pick up another one. I don't know how it's going to work out, but you don't know if you don't try it, so that's what we're going to do. Hard place to anchor right here, man. The way the wind's blowing, the way I'm trying to set up to cast in these spots, my anchor is kind of out sideways there, and that one's out that way. Instead of anchoring straight this way like you should, or like you normally would, I can't. So we're just gonna do whatever we can do, because if you're not set up on the spot you want to fish, you know, you really are not gonna feel good about it. And if you don't catch anything, you're gonna have that doubt in the back of your mind of why didn't you set up on it the right way in the first place. So these little short trips sometimes are some of the most productive, because you put the pressure on yourself to find fish quick, and that's what we did on that one. You know? Kind of the same deal we had in the other spot. It's just a point that drops off in the creek channel. We're sitting in 6 foot, throwing out in about 9 to 11 foot. See if the old beast has got a brother next door. Alright folks, we got about 15 minutes before it gets too dark. And I'm fixing to work my way back to the truck. And I got one more spot I want to check. Just to see if we can pick up another fish. If we don't, I'm perfectly fine with it, because that one was enough for me. And a little bit of time we had to come out here and play around. So, but I'd really like to get another one, and really just want to check this other spot too, and see if the fish sit up there during these big heavy rains. So I'm gonna run down there and get set up. Be right back with y'all. All right, folks, we here. I know the lighting is gonna be pretty bad, but like I said, I needed to get closer to the truck before it got dark. And this spot right here, I've caught a lot of fish right here over the years, but I hadn't, or years ago, let me put it that way. But I hadn't fished here in a long time, so I really don't know if they're sit up here or not. But I do know with this creek feeding into it, they should be set up in here. It's a little bit deeper. We're in about 12 foot. Like I said, I just wanted to get closer to the truck really so I could fish up till dark. And I don't have long, about 15 minutes before I have to head out. Getting some nibbles here, but nothing serious yet. Maybe channel cat. A lot of times that's what happens when you get in this muddy creek water. You'll get into some channels. Maybe want to commit here in a minute. All right, folks, we're finna get ready to wrap this one up, man. Come out here, and be the first time I've ever put up a one fish video. But you know how that fish deserves every bit of it, and I'm definitely gonna put it up. But you know, like I said, that was a monster fish. I found that spot on avionics. I've seen it many times, but I had to wait for conditions to be right, and they really weren't perfect. I needed no wind where I could actually sit up in the current on the fish that I was trying to catch. But you know, we was able to anchor down, double anchor, and sit up on it and catch that one off of it. But with me fighting them anchors, man, I probably got the fish down there maybe an hour. And you know, for a fish like that, that's a day maker, that's a week maker, that's a month maker sometimes. And you know, to catch him in that hour, I'm very blessed and thankful for it. If y'all interested in buying anything, man, Ripping Lips, the rods, or anything they got from Ripping Lips, use my code BJC10, save you 10%, man. There's some awesome rods back there. That's the Ripping Lips Super Cat Legacy Series. $60 a piece, man. You can't beat them. Y'all see what they'll do? They'll handle them monster cats just like they will the small cats, and that's what I was after, you know. And that's one reason I just had to come out, man. Like I said, I had some good bait. Didn't have much, you know. I've done used it all and ain't caught but one fish, but you know, it was just enough for me to come out and play around for a little bit before dark. I had some time and I wasn't gonna waste it. But anyway, I'm gonna quit rambling, man. I appreciate y'all watching. I'll catch y'all on the next one. See you then, and God bless you.